so now you can see the numbers here. So don't get scared about the way that the deal analyzer works. I try to make it as simple as possible. Remember, this is something that you could pick up. You could actually use this yourself. We put inside the executive summary as well the public data, right? We went to qpublic.net, pull the public data, and then we add this, so we can look at it and see what he's paying on his taxes, things like that. Okay. And then this is Union County. This is it. This is Blairsville right here, and then here's that lake, and then we're over here, right? So we're somewhere over there. And then just more public data. And then this is the deal analyzer. So I'll go over that in length. Okay, so let me pull this up. Let me stop share, reshare. Hang on. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Oh, actually, I see a couple of questions first. Let me just make sure I can get these questions. Yeah, so do you have folders for all the ones that are getting calls, or just listed on a spreadsheet until they want an offer? No, not the ones getting calls. We only have folders for the ones that they say yes, they want an offer. That's it. Okay, that's all we do. Is there a cap you're targeting? Yeah, we're like 7 cap, honestly. Everything we do, we just run our numbers at 7 cap. I think 7 cap is a good number to be at for all your facilities right now. I mean, I would say that's secondary and tertiary markets, not primary markets. I don't know primary market cap rates right now, but I don't focus on that area. Okay, but okay. So now here's the deal analyzer. Just let me know if you don't see the deal analyzer. So, okay, so now you can see the numbers here. So don't get scared about the way the deal analyzer works. I try to make it as simple as possible. Remember, this is something that you could pick up. You could actually use this yourself, okay? Now, when you look at the deal analyzer, you can see all these tabs at the bottom. Every single one of these tabs are important, right? That's why they're all there, okay? But you have your info tab, which is where you put your inputs. All right, this is like anything in yellow that you see, you can input it and you could put any numbers that you want, or you can keep it the same, right? So you could see here that like property maintenance for us is at 0.015 times C6, right? So we take the purchase price and then we multiply it by 0.015, and that's how we come up with our property maintenance cost, right? These are expenses. And you can see in a deal, your expenses are going to be property maintenance. This includes your boots on the ground person, okay? And then like any repairs that need to get done to the facility. And then your staffing is at 7,400. This is the person that's answering your phones, maybe somebody that's helping with auction processes. And then your software, it's going to cost money for your software, and it costs money for your merchant fees. So that's right here. And then you could see the formula, right? We get charged, 2.9%, right? Yeah, 2.9%. So that's where the formula comes from. If you get something cheaper, you could always change the formula if you wanted to. And then the marketing is another formula that we have right here, but you could always override this. So anything in yellow for expenses, like if you think, oh no, Stacy's expenses are like way too high, I could do it cheaper, then do it cheaper, change your numbers and do whatever you want. Especially if you're buying smaller facilities. Like we have a student, his name's Matt, and he really likes to buy smaller facilities that have a land to expand on. That's his thing. And so, if he's buying 40 units, he could just manage that himself, or, any way that he wants. He doesn't have to do it the way that we do it. So you could always come in and, these types of facilities, you could come in and change. Now, and then also you could see here, you got property tax. There's the formula. You could see here's the formula. If you have a different, like tax number that you want, but we're multiplying it by 0.0065. If you're in a place that's like way higher, then change that number, but this is on average kind of statewide, I mean, not nationwide where everybody's at. And this is where all of our states are. Southeast is kind of where we're at. If you happen to buy something in California or in Texas, maybe the number is better. Okay. And then the utilities is a formula. You can see that it's 600, and then it's times 6 times C13. Okay, so that's by how many units is how he's doing it. And then the insurance is the same way by C13, how many units. This is kind of the formula that we're coming up. But then you could override it. You can always override it and see if you find something that's cheaper or more expensive. If you happen to be in Florida, insurance may be more expensive. If you're buying something in South Texas, insurance may be more expensive. Louisiana, like we have a student in Louisiana that's picking up like a $2 million facility. I mean, his insurance like $18,000 a year. It's in Louisiana, so he's got to override that number.
Hey everybody, this is Stacy here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I am here to teach you how to get your foot into this industry. You're watching this video because you want to learn how to get started in self-storage investing, or maybe you own facilities and you want to be a better manager, a better owner. That is what I do, is I teach people how to do that. So please like this video and also subscribe, hit the subscribe button, because that's what YouTube wants. So in order for me to get out the word on how to get started in this industry, I really need your help. Again, I appreciate you listening to me, and I'm here to help you on this journey, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.